Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's Entrepreneur Insider Secrets podcast. We are here this week and we are going to be talking about how to run a successful challenge in your business to build momentum. Now, as many of you are probably familiar with challenges. You've probably seen other people run them. You've probably seen some of the people out there doing, hey, join our 5-day challenge and learn how to do X, Y, and Z, and we'll help you achieve these goals. And you may have wondered, is this an effective way to grow my business? And I will tell you without a doubt that yes, it is. It is a very effective way to grow your business. In fact, previously, this was the primary tool that we used to build a $3 million a year coaching business. This was how we were doing it. This was the primary tool that we used. And the reason that this can be so effective and it can be so powerful is you are helping your audience achieve something that's important to them. So it's a very attractive bait, so to speak, and to put out in front of your audience to help them take action steps, to help them move forward and to do things that are, of interest to them, that help them achieve something that's important to them. And so, and there's a lot of real value and benefits to doing a challenge. There's a lot of reasons that challenges are so effective. And that is simply that challenges create urgency and focus. So, and it moves your participants to take action. So let's think about it this way. So you're going to offer a 5-day challenge, for example, to do a certain task, to do a certain thing that your audience is needing help with. This is something that they're struggling with. They need help trying to figure out how to do these things. And you're going to do this 5-day challenge. And at the end of these 5 days, you're going to help them do 1, 2, and 3. These 3 things that are important to them. They're going to be like, great, this is amazing. I'm going to sign up for this thing because that's where I'm stuck. And that's something that's very important to me. I need to know how to do that. And so it encourages people to get focused. It encourages people to take action. You're going to be there to help them. So it's very appealing to your audience. They're going to look at this and go, wow, this is great. This is wonderful. This is exactly what I need. This is right in line with what I'm looking to accomplish. So they're going to jump on. And at the end of the 5 days or however long it is, they're going to feel like, oh, wow, I really accomplished something. I did something that was important to me. I did something. I achieved this. I did it. Now look, I'm no longer stuck here. I'm no longer in a place where I can't achieve this anymore. I've done it. I've done the thing. And so it leaves them with a real sense of accomplishment. It leaves them with a real sense of they're encouraged. They feel really like they've taken a step forward. They feel like they've made a move and they are now going in a much better direction. They are going, farther and closer to where they want to be. And they've made a real strides in where their goals towards their goals. And even though they're not there yet, they've actually made a good solid step forward. So this is all something that they're going to be very excited about. So this is why so many people sign up for these challenges, because if the challenge is set up correctly and the challenge is laid out in a good way, people are going to be like, wow, this is amazing. This is so helpful to me. And what it ultimately also does is it positions your brand as an expert in this space. Someone may not have known who you were previous to this. They may not have had any idea who you were, may not have known anything about you, but after this short challenge that you ran, they may be sitting there going, wow, this person really knows their stuff. This person is really, really skilled in this area. I now view them as an expert in this space. I view them as somebody who knows what they're talking about, someone who knows what they're doing. Because look at them. They just demonstrated over the last several days just how knowledgeable they are in this area. And it also builds a lot of trust and credibility for you, because people are now walking through this journey with you through these 5 days. And you're building trust and credibility because you're helping them solve real problems. You're helping them take action steps forward. And they're all sitting there going, wow, like you're actually a good person. You actually help people. You actually are genuine. You're actually someone that I can trust. And that does tremendous good for your business. That does tremendous good for your brand. So that the next time somebody considers buying something from you or engaging with you, they're like, no, that's a good person. That's a person who knows what they're doing. That's a person you should consider buying from because of their positive experience with you, the things that they've learned. And because of how these things are structured, you can generate a significant volume of leads in a very short period of time. This is something that you can get people to sign up for this in boatloads. You can go from, very few people on your email list to thousands on your email list very, very quickly. In fact, when we were using this strategy to build our author coaching business, we literally, every time we ran a 5-day challenge, which was every few weeks, we would run, like about every 6 weeks, we would run one of these. Every time we did one, we were adding between 5,000 to 7,000 people to our email list. So it was really when you're starting there and you're thinking, oh, my email list is really small. Well, it doesn't stay small for long when you do things like this, because you have people just signing up. And they're like, bang, bang, bang. I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of this. This is amazing. I want to join this. And so it's all about, building up a huge email list. It's about getting an incredible amount of goodwill out into the world. And honestly, building goodwill with your audience is one of the keys to getting sales. Because if your audience looks at you and believes like, hey, I know this person. Hey, this person knows what they're doing. This person is someone I trust. Their odds of doing business with you in the future just went up astronomically. So I've heard this talked about in the past, and I think it's something that's actually quite valuable, is that one of the keys to being successful in business is building as much goodwill as you can. Because the more goodwill you build, the more likely someone is to want to work with you in the future and do business with you. Just think about it. Like if you are even, think about it this way, and you're even thinking about, hey, I need to go and get gas for my car. And I know there's 2 gas stations across from each other on the street that I go down. And the prices are very similar for the gas. So there's really not a lot of value or benefit in going to one or the other. They're basically priced the same. But one time I went into this gas station and the people were really rude, and they didn't treat me well. They were very short. They were almost just annoyed that I even came in. And the people across on the other side of the street, they're always been very friendly, and they've been kind, and they treat me with respect, and they treat me very decent. Which one are you more likely to go to in the future? You're like, you know what? There's the same price for the gas. I'm going to the one that treats me well. I'm going to the one where the people are kind. I'm going to the one where people are decent. Why? Because of goodwill. They have built goodwill with you by treating you with respect, by treating you with courtesy, by treating you well as a customer, and knowing that customers are the reason why businesses exist. And in doing so, in doing all that things, you become much more loyal to them, even if it's a small, imperceptible way. So the same thing is true for your brand. If you can go out there and build this goodwill, and you can show people how to do something that's important to them, and you can show them how to achieve a goal that's important to their overall goal, a small goal in terms of their overall goal. Now, you have to keep in mind when you're doing these things, you don't want to try and solve too much. You want to try and solve a simple goal, a small goal that leads to their ultimate goal. That's what you want to do in your challenge. You don't want to try and do too much because you'll overwhelm them. To make it small, make it manageable. But if you do that, they're your biggest fans. They're sitting there going, wow, this is amazing. I love these people because of how much they help me. And I've even seen recently where some people are even doing paid challenges, which I think is fascinating, because when we did our challenges, we made them all free, which is why we were adding thousands upon thousands of people to our email list every time, because we made a free 5-day challenge, sign up, boom, 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 boom. We're making it happen left and right. I've seen people recently even charge $25 to be part of a 5-day challenge. And even then, the value that you're getting for what they're doing over the 5 days $25 is a drop in the bucket compared to how much value you're getting. So they were still getting lots of people to sign up. I don't think they were getting thousands, but they got a few hundred people still to sign up. And that $25 probably paid for all their ad expense. So all the money they were spending on ads got paid for by the $25 for the challenge. And then anybody that bought into their program afterwards was gravy. That was all profit because all their expenses were covered with the $25 fee. So this is really an amazing tool. This is really an amazing mechanism, a marketing strategy to really grow and build your business. So you may be saying, okay, well, how do I do this? How do I run a challenge that works? Because with anything, there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. And I've seen both. I've seen plenty of people who go out there and are doing they can take a good marketing strategy. They can take something that works and just do it so poorly that it's a fail because of how they did it. So there's always so much about the execution that is key. How are you actually executing on this strategy? How are you actually executing on the challenge? How are you doing it? Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to define your challenge goals. What is it that you're going to help your audience achieve? What are you going to do? How are you going to help them solve a problem? And you need to make sure that whatever that problem is that you're going to help them solve, that goal that you're going to help them achieve, that is perfectly aligned with your business, that perfectly aligns with your overall business goals. Now, in this other example that I mentioned earlier, this person was doing a 5-day challenge on how to set up a Facebook ad, how to get it set up and how to get it started and how to get it live. And because a lot of people wanted to learn how to advertise on Facebook, but they're struggling because the ad platform is, complicated and it's confusing and they're struggling with how to use it. So by spending this $25 on this challenge, they could go through and learn the basics of how to create a Facebook ad. And so lots of people were signing up for that because yes, that's what I need help with. I'm stuck. I don't know how to do it right. I'm not getting it to work. Okay, great. So rather than waste more money on Facebook ads, they're going to spend $25 to have someone walk them through how to do it right so that their ads can start and they can actually have some ads running and working. And then at the end of it, they do ad coaching where you can hop on and then they'll help you continue to build out your ads and continue to build out your ad campaign. But you see how that challenge was solving the first problem, which is I don't even know how to create a Facebook ad. This is intimidating to me. I don't know how to do it. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I don't know what I'm doing. So they're going to help them solve the first problem. And then their service solves the bigger problem, which is helping them ongoing do Facebook ads and showing them and coaching them and walking them through and answering their questions on how to do that. And it aligned perfectly with what it is that they're doing. So what you have to do is you have to understand what is your client, what is your audience's primary pain point. In the perspective of what it is that you offer as a service, what is the first problem that they're facing? What is the very first challenge? In this case, it was, I don't even know how to create an ad. So they didn't even know how to get started. They didn't even know how to get an ad set up. Okay, so the challenge was all about that. What about you? What is the first challenge that your audience has? What is the thing that they are stuck on right now? What is the thing that they are unable to move past? And because they can't get past this one thing, achieving the bigger goal that they have or whatever that may be is never happening because they're stuck here. They can't, they can't advertise, they can grow their business because they can't figure out how to create an ad. Okay, great. What is that for you? Think about that. And don't try to achieve too much. Just trying to understand, where's my audience stuck right now? And what is something that I could do that would help them get unstuck and start to gain some momentum? What is something that I could do that helped them feel like they achieved something, feel like they accomplished something, and help them start moving forward? Because if I can do that, they're going to be my biggest fans. They're going to sit there and go, this is amazing. This is wonderful. I love this. This is so incredible. Let's keep going. Now, how do I keep working with you? How can you help me with more? Because that's going to be their next question. If you do this well, can you also help me with this? Can you also help me with that? Well, yes, I can. In fact, I have an entire business built around that right there. So this is something that you have to understand. This is something that you have to know about your audience. You got to know what is it that they need first. What is the first problem they need solved? If they can do that, then structure your challenge around that, because if they can do that thing, they're going to be very happy. So structure your challenge around that. And then you're going to say, well, how many days should my challenge be? Well, how many days is it going to take you to help them solve that challenge? And that should be the thing that drives how long your challenge is. If you're going to be able to solve this in 3 days, then don't make a 5-day challenge. Okay. Don't extend it longer than it needs to be. Don't make this more involved than it needs to be. Or if it's going to take you 5 days to walk through and go boom, 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 let's do 5. Or if it's going to take more than that, you need to consider, like I've seen people try and do 30-day challenges. I think that's a little bit much to ask people to stay with. I don't really like going much over 5 days, because I just think keep it in a week, keep it within a work week, and stay in that range. But if you have more than that, maybe you need to think, how can I pare this down a little bit? How can I simplify this a little bit so that we can achieve it in 5 days or less? I personally think that 5 days or less is what you need to shoot for. And again, if you can do it in 3, do it in 3. You don't need to belabor the point. You don't need to extend this beyond where it needs to go. Structure it in a time frame that fits, and then break the challenge, break the task into manageable, actionable steps. So it's that every day the things that they're doing aren't overwhelming. Like, okay, today we're going to take one step. Here's the one step. Boom, we're going to do this. And then they come and they're supposed to do that thing. That's their assignment. They're going to, after day 1, they're going to do this. Okay. And it's achievable. This isn't overly complicated. This isn't overly difficult. This isn't overly challenging. It's achievable. It's something that they can do. Okay, I did it. And then after day 1, I did it. I got it set up. I got that step taken care of. I'm so happy I did that. Okay, great. Now that you got step 1 done, now we're on day 2, and we're going to do day 2 actions. And day 2 builds on day 1, and then we go to day 3 and day 4. And by the time, you get into day 5, they've made some good progress. They have literally made good progress. And throughout that journey, offer them tools, offer them a template. If this is like, okay, this will help you structure your thinking. This is a template that you can use to follow. Here's a guide that gives you like step 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the things that you can have that it'll help guide you. And they're going to be so grateful, because like, oh, this simplifies this. This makes this easier to follow. All I have to do now is just do this. Do what the instructions say. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And if I do those things, man, this is a lot easier. This is a lot more simple. Now, this is so great. Now I have a template. I have a guide. I have a tool that I can follow that's going to simplify my life significantly. And then when you lead your challenge, make sure you're putting it on a platform that's easy for people to access. I see sometimes people who are doing challenges and they're trying to use some new platform that people aren't familiar with. And because it has a new feature that I think is really cool, and I really want to use this new feature, but your users are sitting there going, I don't know what to do. That you're confusing me. I don't know how to use it. Use a platform that everyone knows how to use. Just put it in a place that everyone feels comfortable using it. For example, almost everyone at this point knows how to use Zoom. Well, over the last several years, Zoom has pretty much become a household word. It's a word that most everybody who works in an office career type position, or is starting their own business, or is doing things, has used Zoom for one reason or another: to connect with friends, to get on a call with friends, and to catch up, to do business meetings. A lot of people telecommute. People know Zoom well. So if you do your 5-day challenge on a Zoom call, guess what? People are going to be very comfortable using it. They're going to be very comfortable with, hey, how do I use this? How do I make this work? Because It's very easy to use because it's very straightforward. They're familiar with it. I don't have to try and get on some other platform and go, I don't know where the buttons are. I don't know how to use this, because if that happens, then they're going to get confused. They're going to get lost. They're going to not be focused and paying attention to what it is that you're teaching them and how you're trying to help them, because they're just trying to figure out how to use this process that you're asking them to engage in. So keep it simple. Keep it to something that they've already used. Keep it to something that they're already familiar with. And then once you do these things, once you take them through the challenge, you've been helping them for like throughout this journey, and you're helping show them, this is how you do this. This is how you do that. Boom, boom, boom. Now they're feeling like, goodness gracious, I'm getting momentum. This is great. This is fantastic. I'm so happy. And you've delivered all this. Now you're going to say, this is great. We're coming to the end of our 5-day challenge. This has been great. I've loved working with you. I've loved helping you with all these things. But the reality is, we all know that there's more to this journey than just this. There's more to the process than just this. And if you would like help continuing on this journey, if you would like help continuing to make progress like we've made this week, here's how you can engage with us. This is how you can sign up. This is how you can become our customer. And we will then take the progress that we made and keep it going for you. We will keep you in momentum. We will keep you making progress. We will keep you moving forward. And you can show them. And throughout this journey, one of the reasons that it's so powerful is you are engaging with the participants, right? They're not just watching some presentation where they feel detached from you and it's like just watching the screen. No, they're actually engaging with you. They're asking you questions. And a lot of times people will build a short pop-up Facebook group where everyone joins the Facebook group for the week or whatever. And they can ask questions in there, and they can go in and they can, post like, hey, I got this, I got that. I have questions about this thing or about that thing. And you respond to them and you answer their questions, and you're building a relationship with them by answering their questions. And you're getting discussions and you're getting feedback from them, and they're hearing all these things, and they're actually getting to work with you and interact with you and engage with you. And as a result, they're feeling like they're getting to know you. They feel like they're getting to understand you a little bit better. They're building a relationship with you instead of just watching a video of you. And throughout that time, we also recommend recognizing people who are doing the things, and maybe even giving prizes away to people who have achieved. Look, so-and-so just did the very thing that we said to do yesterday. And as a result of doing this thing, look at what happened for them. They've all of a sudden started getting results. This is amazing. They are, they're the winner, quote unquote, of today's challenge. They're the winner. And you want to recognize them, and you want to acknowledge them, and you want to give them some kudos and let them know that and acknowledge their success. And what that does is makes other people go, wow, so-and-so did that. Well, I want to do that too. I got to get going. I got to go work because I want to have those results as well. And that just encourages people to want to engage even more. It encourages people to want to invest even more and to get even more involved in what it is that you're doing. And then you start thinking about, okay, these people are really bought in, right? They're really bought in. They're really active. They really want to learn how to do this stuff. They're making progress. They're excited. They're engaging with me. So they're seeing that I can help them. They're getting belief that this can work. And then this is where you make your offer. And this is at the end where you sit down and you say, okay, this is great. This is fantastic. I've loved working with you, but we're coming to the end. And some of you, that's got a very sad thing, because we've made a lot of progress. Like, you have taken some significant steps forward this week. And I don't want to see you lose all that. I don't want to see this momentum go away, because the 5-day challenge is ending. And if you would like to continue working with me or continue working with our team, here's how it can happen. And you could make a compelling offer that is just like, wow, not only was this 5-day challenge amazing, not only did this help me so much, not only am I now in momentum, now am I not only making all this progress, but now I have an opportunity to keep it going. I have an opportunity to keep the forward momentum going, because you've laid this out in front of me, because you've laid this out as an opportunity for me. And then follow up with emails, follow up with nurturing them and making offers and encouraging them to join you, because what ends up happening is these people are just like, yeah, this was so helpful. I don't want to lose this. And they now have that relationship. They now have that connection. They now have that belief that you can help them because you've established it for the past 5 days. You have established proof in their minds that you are a person that can help them. You are a person that can make a difference for them. So what I want to leave you in all this is building a challenge, running a successful challenge isn't just about running the challenge, okay? It's about creating momentum. And you create momentum for your clients and or your future clients. And when you create that momentum, you then invite them into a process of where they start to experience success. They start to experience wins. And as a result, they want that feeling to continue. They want that momentum to continue. And by providing the value that they need, and by fostering connection with them, with aligning your challenge with the goals of your business, by aligning that out there, the next step becomes very logical and very rational to them. They're like, this makes so much sense to me. I need to stay with this. That next step doesn't feel like I'm being sold or doesn't feel like I'm being pushed or anything. It just feels very natural. Like, of course I would want to continue doing this. Of course I'd want to continue working with you. This just makes perfect sense to me. And this is something that of course, yes, of course I would want to do that. And just make your offer attractive in that way so that people then say, hey, I need to do this. I want to do this because this is exactly, the perfect next step for me. I want to continue moving forward. Now, a couple of things I just want to throw out. Obviously, as you can tell, this is not a simple marketing plan to execute. It's not I'm going to lay this out here and I can do this as a one-person show and I'm going to manage the whole thing easily all by myself. No, not really. This is one of the marketing funnels that is a bit more work. This one is one that's going to take a bit more effort. So what I would just caution you with, while this is an incredibly powerful marketing tool, and it is a tool that can build your business to big, big places, it can grow you to very, very big heights, I would caution you to make sure that you have the people and you have the resources to do it before you start. If you're at a stage where you're just a solopreneur, and you don't yet have the people around you who can help support this process, you need to figure out how you can build that first. You need to figure out, how can I get people around you? How can I get people with me on this journey? How can I get the support? How can I get the systems in place? How can I get the things in place? Because this is a powerful, powerful tool and it can revolutionize your business. But it's also not a one-man show. It's not a one-person show. It is a more involved marketing strategy because of how much personal touch you're giving. If you have 500 people on your challenge and you're trying to respond to all their questions yourself, it can be a lot. So think about it from that perspective first, that you need to get some people around you who can help you answer questions, that you can help support this effort over the next week, help you support all the people that are going to come in, because otherwise you are going to be overwhelmed. So if you have that, if you can get people around you who will support your dream, who can support what it is that you're doing, this is then perfectly achievable. But I just want to make sure I caution you a little bit on that, because you need to know this is a little bit more involved than some of the other marketing strategies we've been talking about. But it is powerful. It is incredible. And it can be done in immense ways to grow your business. And if you would like help, if you're like, this fascinates me, this is something that I would love to learn more about, check out Design Launch Grow. We are here to help you build your business. We're here to help you get started, to help you go through the process of growing your business and getting you into things like this, that it can help you experience exponential growth. So if you would like that, if you would like help, if you'd like me to work with you to help you grow your business, to help you go down paths like this and show you how to build it, how to put it together, and how to get the people to make it happen, that's what we do. That's what we help people do all the time. So consider joining Design, Launch, Grow. We have an entire course and an entire program on how to do this very thing. I go into great detail on how to run a successful challenge, how to build. I have a step-by-step course within Design, Launch, Grow that covers everything you need to know on how to do this. So if you'd like to be a part of that, come check us out. Otherwise, I hope this was helpful to you. Have an amazing day, and I will talk to you again very soon.